Mt.St.Mary syrup.
I'm Bredestege, and I'm a man of the mountain. We are in the woods behind Mt.St.Mary Seminary right now. Last year we tapped 3 maple trees and got about 40 gallons of sap out of them. This year we tapped 17 trees. Some of the trees we tapped twice, so we actually have 27 taps within trees right now. We're making maple syrup, and the way it works is we drill a hole in the tree and then we put a tap inside the tree. So it just goes in like that. As the temperature warms up in the day, the sap comes flowing out, and then at night all the sap in the tree goes back down into the roots. So we hope for weather where at night it's below freezing and during the day it gets above freezing. Just a few days ago it was 55 degrees here, and all of our jugs were filled with sap. Right now it's about mid-30s, so some of our trees are flowing. And right here we have just a little bit of sap in here. All of our trees are equipped with a tube going down to the milk jug, and then from there we take it and we'll boil off all the water and make it into maple syrup. So here we are at the stage 2 of the maple syrup making process. We boil our sap that we acquired from the trees. We'll boil it to about 212 degrees. That's the temperature that water boils off. And then we'll take it out, put it in a smaller pot, and then boil it on the stove to a 219 degrees where the maple syrup is at its finest. This process here takes about 8 hours or so. We have about 40 gallons of sap. We estimate about 8 hours. It's been on there since 9 o'clock and now it's 2 o'clock now, so we got a few more hours to go. The fire pit here was actually designed and built by our own Father Broush. Last year we cooked it on an open fire and it took almost 12 hours to do 30 gallons. So we built the fire pit out of creek rock, and then on the inside smeared creek clay on there to keep the heat in. Our first batch, it took about 8 hours and we did about 30 gallons, so this is our second batch. So we are in stage 3 of the maple syrup making process. We have boiled our large batch. After it got to 212 degrees, we watched it, and then when it started rising above 212 degrees, we took it off the main fire, moved it over here onto these hot plates. We are boiling it now. As the water content lowers, the temperature will rise higher. So we are boiling it until it gets up to 219 degrees. At that point we will have syrup that is ready to consume. So we will be bottling it shortly as soon as this is done. Mt.St.Mary to the west maple syrup. It's triple filtered for that cool, refreshing, clean taste.
Mt.St.Mary syrup.